You can put the ball on any of the two champions she is with right now and use a shockwave as well as a shockwave, and wind slash wombo combo deals so much damage and a huge to a lot of members that have been caught out by that shockwave. And I do like the composition so far from JDG. Wombo combo, strong engage, good skirmishing from both the Hecarim and the Riven, as a splash of AP damage gives him a lot of flexibility later on in this draft.
Yep, I love the ball delivery system possibilities here, especially with the Hecarim. Sure, the Riven does a lot of damage if she can get in on the team, and then Shockwave, Wind Slash absolutely decimates the health bars. But the Hecarim, just to start off a fight, can charge in with the ball on him, and as soon as he gets in range, Shockwave, run a little bit behind them, and then get that onslaught of shadows on, completely disrupting the team fight for FPX. So that's something that FPX has to be incredibly aware of. ADCs getting banned out. Yeah. Zeri, Sivir, Lucian, and Xayah not going to be coming out this game.
Yeah, I like the Xayah ban because it takes away the safer marksman, but I feel like both teams are tunneling on marksman too much at this point because supports are still up on the table, and both Ornn and Gragas could make or break the team comps that both teams have. But so far, FPX is feeling the heat on that marksman ban. They have picked a mobile marksman on their side. It's going to be that Ezreal, for it's a bit more safer play once this Riven and the Hecarim goes in.
Yeah, it would be a little bit safer when that happens. However, what I'm looking at is how I'm just remembering a game that I casted of, I think it was FPX, where they had the Ezreal in the early game just come out from level 1 with the Ornn, this exact same bot lane, grab the first 2 kills in just level 1. They weren't even looking for the level 2 power spike. They just came into the other side of the lane, barged through the minions, and then got 2 kills for themselves, and that just snowballed the entire game. So if that's something that can happen here, I'm kind of all for it, because FPX, they are known to be that early game monster.
Yeah, we'll see how FPX is able to affect that early game. As you mentioned, they are that early game monster, and honestly, I feel like in that draft, I feel like FPX could have pinched JDG a bit more if instead of I believe after the Zeri after they banned the Zeri, they could have banned the Gragas and then take the Ornn. That would have given them a strong engaged support on their side, but instead they still pick the Ornn into a Gragas. Gragas, we have seen, is able to stop the Call of the Forge God with his own ultimate, and even comboing with a body slam. It stops the Ornn from affecting these fights from a long range. So JDG has a lot of tools to stop FPX, while on the other hand, I feel like FPX doesn't have as many tools to stop JDG's advances. So FPX would need to have a great early game to have that buffer for them when they go against some of these team fights against JDG.
Yeah, that's completely fair. You're completely right. There's not a lot of disengage to be found on FPX's side. Sure, there are some here and there, like Jace's knockback, Call of Forge God could be used defensively. There's the Essence Shift from the Ezreal, but there's really not many ways for them to stop JDG from, Hecarim ulting into them and using that Shockwave or the Riven trying to get in on a skirmish. Really not a lot of ways to get themselves out of sticky situations. So this is going to be more of an all-in kind of play for FPX. Oh, a flash from SkyFL to just get that empowered Q.
Huh, okay. I think he thought that it was enough, and if Feibai was still level 1, it might have just been enough along with Ignite. But Feibai did hit level 2, so he was punished right there. That is a flashless Vladimir, something that JD might be able to take advantage of.
Yep, that is a really ambitious play, but this just shows how FPX really love to try their hand at that early game. any single advantage that they can get, they will try to take it as early as possible, just because their composition is built around that. If they're able to get ahead in any good way in the early game, then they just take over the game. But speaking of taking over, this bot lane is going to take it over by Kong and Chao, who just bullied Max to get out of the lane and back out. So they will have maybe a little bit of free time on this turret. Barry's backed out as well. Qingdao 7 now looking for a possible gank here, as Chao is there.
Yeah, and now it's only Barry trying to stay as far away as possible while Jingdo and Kong are working on this. There are 2 plates immediately, and that was caused by both the Ezreal and the Ornn just winning lane, pushing out the Gragas, having him low, gave them that space, gave them that opportunity to boost the gold right now for both the Jace and the Ezreal.
Yeah, huge opportunities for them. But on the other hand, Lemon is also getting a little bit of free time here on the top lane turret. Wild Dawn just gets there, just barely to defend. Really not have the best time here against Lemon, who has been kind of taking the lead in terms of the tempo in this lane. Yeah.
This is a skill matchup between a Riven and the Fiora. The Fiora needs to predict when she's gonna use her riposte, because Lemon has 2 CCs.
Oh, there's a gang coming in from once, and he will get that kill once, giving it over to Barry. No, not Barry. He took it, I believe. So good stuff there. Great gank. JDG knowing that they can counter in the early game. Let's take a look at that, because he does have the ult.
Does have the ult. Immediately cuts off the Ezreal. Good predict right there on when the Ezreal was about to back off, immediately getting the jump. I believe Max was the one who was able to get the kill. Unfortunately, it didn't go to either of the carries, but still, a kill's a kill in the bot side. Even three plate side now down on that turret, as opposed to actually the turret still up, I believe. Actually, yeah, it's still up for the side of JDG.
Yeah, slowly but surely the lead has shifted over to JDG, because now FPX, they have been trying many things, but either JDG have been pretty defensive, or the skill matchup has been going the way of Riven, or the gank has been going the way of the Hacker. And once he's got that phage now, things are going to be a little bit harder for FPX to actually escape. He's going to be a lot stickier when he does go for those ganks, even in the mid lane against that Vladimir.
Yeah. Now we're nearing the 5-minute mark. That is when we usually see the objective fights with the Dragon and the Herald about to come up. At about the 4 minutes, actually Feibai getting ganked.
Oh, what a miss! What a miss from that accelerated shock blast, but it didn't really matter because SkyFL was there anyway with an empowered Q to finish that kill off. Great gank there from Qingdao 7.
Yeah, great gank from Qingdao 7. They now have more control over this mid lane. This blunts the momentum for JDG if they're looking to reposition their mid laner anywhere in the map, so that they could have more control over a certain quadrant of the map to get either the Herald or the Dragon. Right now, we do see Kai'Sa going to the top side for the side of JDG, while the Vladimir is going to the top side for FPX. It could just be a handshake at the moment, but with the Ornn and the Ezreal in the mid lane, they'll be able to respond faster to whatever objective they will want to fight for.
Yeah, they do need to have those comms clear and that team on point. They have to be on each other. There's the grand challenge issued onto the Riven, while in the mid lane there is a huge going out as the first kill already goes over onto JDG, but once has made his way into this fight. Unfortunately, SkyFL is caught out in his own jungle. Had to Bloodpool, had to flash away, while Kong was threading Mystic shots through and through, and that does mean that he has to lick his wounds, look towards maybe the bot lane or towards that Dragon, because Lemon is there. They're going to be starting the Dragon. Can Lemon actually put a stop to this with Dawn and Qingdao 7 breathing down his neck? An accelerated shock blast will not land, but that stun will. Lemon with the wind slash will not be able to take Dawn down, unfortunately. Qingdao 7 still trying his best. The shock blast will not hit. Unfortunate. I don't think I've seen him get a decent snipe yet, but that does mean that the Rift Herald will be finished off, but now JDG should be ready to contest this.
They should, but so far their members did recall. Even Hecarim and the Riven are just coming out in the base, while this Dragon is below half right now. Beibai is here.
Yep, once is not gonna make it in time. The smite will come through for Xingda 7. So no kills there at the very least. FPX pick up something for their troubles because they have been in a lot of trouble here.
Yeah, but at least for the side of JDG, they did waste some time. For FPX, they needed to the Dragon did reset and they needed to go back towards it. So in terms of tempo, FPX is a bit behind, although the rotations right now are not really in their favor. If the Kai'Sa didn't go to the top side, the Fiora could have gotten some tower damage, maybe got in the plate, at least boosting that gold generation for the side of the Fiora. But because of the delay in the Dragon, FPX right now is just coming back to the map, while JDG is putting down their authority essentially into the river.
Yep, here's the Orn. Oh, okay. Chow.
Bit awkward.
Chow, you good?
a bit awkward right there from Chow, to say the least. I think he wanted to hit it on Max, and then he realized, oh, it won't be a target. Let me just throw it on Beibai, and the Ram's already behind him. It's like, bye-bye.
With some shadows into the explosive cask, a huge disruption. Great catches there from JDG while using Shelly to distract. And this is why you ban out the Hecarim, ladies and gentlemen. He is incredible at disrupting your opponents and getting a team fight started.
Yeah, and it's also the follow-up, right, from the Hecarim. It was all started, as we're gonna see in this replay right here. I think it's a body slam flash from Max with the cast immediately, and once the body slam hit, it was immediately followed up with the onslaught of shadows. So the layering of the CC as well as the cast to put them nearer towards them, away from the turret, gave that safety net from GDG to not only get a turret but also get 2 kills.
Yeah, now the JDG look like they're running away with the lead. FPX, they really need to step up. They need to find their groove here. Otherwise, it could be over before they even, get the grips with the situation. They have a lot of damage, but not a lot of ways to protect themselves. Xingda 7 takes quite a chunk from just that command attack.
Yeah, and we were talking about how FPX needs to be the team with the lead in the early game. We are now in the mid game, and the 5k gold lead is in favor of JDG.
Yeah, it's not insurmountable, but it does become a little bit more challenging. Finally, there's a call to Forge God being hit by Chow. Flare forces a flash from Lemon, grabs themselves an objective bounty on this tower, playing as a 5-man squad rolling around the map.
Yeah, at least FX was able to get something, but JDG still has a lot of tempo on their side. We might be seeing a bit of a lull in terms of the action here, because there are no big objectives on the map. There is no pushing wave for FPX for them to shove down these turrets. So the next big fight is going to be on Dragon, and we might be able to see what we were talking about during the draft, right? Shockwave there, the onslaught of shadows, and we did see earlier how Max is able to catch out members of FPX along with ones coming in for the assist. We might just be able to see that later on if FPX mispositions themselves. But if FPX can go in from different sides and get a good catch with the Ornn, they can catch out JDG, and the Kai'Sa is not one of the is not a very mobile marksman, as well as Beibai. They catch him out, they might have damage. Kong.
Speaking of a mobile marksman, that's Kong getting caught out there and actually taken down by the Gragas before the fight even begins. Now the onslaught of shadows into the command shockwave as Dawn is going to fall. FPX, one after the other, are not able to stand up to JDG's onslaught.
Yeah, good pick right there from JDG. I'm not sure how they saw the Ezreal though. Might be just those coincidences as they were going for the rotation. But going to this replay right here, Kong was seen on the ward, and Max and Ones were already behind him, knowing that they want to get the kill. And great cast right there from the Gragas just to not allow the Ezreal to pop the blast code, and this put FPX in a very bad spot where JDG was just able to get kill after kill. And now definitely the lead is very much in favor of JDG. FPX needs to figure out a way to get back into this game.
And you have to figure it out fast, because the longer this game goes, JDG is going to scale quite hard. And it's going to be very difficult for them for FPX to really compete with the engage into disruption combo that is incredibly possible even when they're funneled into their base when they can't get out. All it takes is one Hecarim to Onslaught of Shadows and one Orianna to Shockwave, and everything is over.
Yeah. That is something that we might see, right? The combo from JDG. This is something that we were talking about earlier. There is a bit of anti-synergy as well, to be honest, on the side of JDG that still casts from Max, but so far there has been no opportunity to have that anti-synergy because Max doesn't really need to try that hard right now. He just needs to hit his body slam flash, and the members of JDG can just follow him up. And that is a position where JDG has seen themselves. Chao, this is a very over-ambitious engage, since there is a lot of members of JDG here. Even though if FPX does go for that fight, they won't be able to pick out Feiba, and if they do, there's going to be a strong retaliation coming in from JDG. So that is ultimate burn for the side of Chao. Might be something JDG is looking towards to if they want to force a fight against FPX.
Yeah, it did force a flash out, but that was it. Still, a burned resource is better than nothing there for an ultimate that comes up relatively quickly, especially compared to a summoner spell. So yeah, that was a tiny bit worth for FPX, but it would have been more worth if they were able to really get in there and get into a decent fight with some good follow-up. But at this point, I feel like JDG, they have their hands on the wheel very, very tightly. They will not give FPX the opportunity to make a comeback here if they can help it.
Yeah. There is some deep wards. JDG knows where FPX is when it comes to their red side jungle. There is one ward right now near the red buff. JDG just adding towards it, which signifies that JDG is looking at this Baron. There is one ward spotting out JDG on the side, but right now in this position, JDG having that information of where FPX is, it's going to be more important for them because FPX has has very little information to know if the Baron has been started.
Yeah, that's true. They don't have a lot of leader other than seeing the champions of JDG going up around their jungle. They have to face check. There's no way around it. They just have to kind of either assume that the Baron is being taken and rush in, or try to be a hero, or just get caught like that with explosive cast. Though Chao, he is going to have a huge call to Forge Guard here, hit through. Remember, this could be the comeback that FPX needed. The small thing that could give them this game back, the chance to get back into the game. They went for the Baron there. That could have been a decent way to maybe secure a little bit of a lead, but right now they'll take whatever they can get.
Yeah, I like the discipline from FPX. Yes, they could have tried to force the Baron, but they did burn a lot of key ultimates. Going to this replay right here, Chao just was a bit too tasty of a bait for JDG. This is still the mainline tank for FPX. They don't have a lot of damage up front to be able to kill him, and that was something that Chao took huge advantage of. But going to the picture-in-picture, I don't think there's going to be a big fight right there. But in the end, that was still a pick for FPX, blunting the momentum from JDG, giving them some more space. They were able to take down the turret on the bot side, give them more much-needed gold. That gold lead earlier was 5k, now it's only 2,000 in favor of JDG. So FPX crawling themselves back into the game.
Yep, slowly but surely they are doing it hand over fist. Just taking any pick that they can get, any lane push that they can manufacture, and they are going to be the first in position for this Infernal Drake. Can they melt it down quick enough, or are they going to engage onto JDG? Because once in the front line is a very, very scary horse. Oh, I thought that missile would actually hit, but now the Skyfell has been found out. He has to get away. As, yeah, he does scare off once.
Yeah, FPX right now just buying time for their Fiora. Actually, Fiora was pushing the top side of the map, but with the Riven right here, it's going to be a 5v4, a bit of a numbers mismatch right now in favor of JDG. If they can set this up against FPX, they might just be able to win the fight. They are starting the fight right now by taking this dragon.
Yeah, but the Dragon isn't going down very quickly. There's a Golden Force shot onto 2, forcing Max in once to get out of there. And now Lemon's in the mix. There's Infernal Drake getting secured by Xingdao 7. Accelerated Shock Blast is starting to hurt quite a lot, but Lemon is onto the chase. Now Xingdao 7 has been caught out. Unfortunate that he took that route where JDG was ready to collapse onto him, so that's going to be a kill for JDG.
Yeah, 4v5 situation on the map. Baron is still up. Hecarim just went back for a recall, so he'll be very healthy coming back into this game right here. Jungler is down for the side of FPX. This could be an opportunity for JDG to secure the Baron.
Especially with Xiao and Dawn here coming from the sides. Kong and Skyfell from the top. It's going to be a split fight here for FPX as Dawn is the first one in. Can he be the one to save this fight, as the shockwave does hit Kong but not Xiao? So they successfully delayed this Baron. Call Forge got onto Max. FPX chasing JDG away.
Yeah, FPX did not overcommit. They just wanted JDG to back away from the Baron, give themselves some time until their jungler comes back into the game. This game is turning to be very, very close. Earlier on, JDG was the team who was very much in the lead. I think at about the 8-minute mark, they were at 5k gold, but that lead has diminished. Only 2,000 right now, 17 minutes into this game. Xingdao is back on the map. And it's very even at this point in time. JDG's advantage is they do have more CC. They do have a wombo combo on their side. But Chao right now on this Ornn is just giving so much space to for FPX. Is just too tanky, and JDG is having such a hard time burning him down.
Yeah, a difficult proposition for JDG to take out the tip of the spear there. Speaking of, should be coming up very soon. Yep, they are going to...
Oh my god!
Position Child, that is a lot of damage. This could be the opportunity. Yes, it is. Call Forge God will get denied by the explosive cast. That's 2 both support ultimates used already. Once is still there, so this is possibly a steal. So FPX are going to stop that dragon. They're at least going to keep this dragon dance going. But the dragon will be aggro towards JDG at least.
Yeah. So far, this is still going to be the Elder Dragon dance between both of these teams. JDG is the one who is aggroing this. Mid lane control is going towards the side of JDG. If they're able to shove this lane or this wave, they might make FPX peel off. But on the other hand, FPX is pushing the bottom side. Now 2 teams right now staring each other in the face.
Yep, and stare each other they will. There is the Hacker Onslaught of Shadows out because he was getting low. Looks like FPX are a little bit too tanky for them to deal with. Call from the back with the Mystic shots. And Xingdao 7's gonna get knocked up. He's going to get focused on. Can he live? Yes, he can. Because the Ezreal will be taking that Gragas out now. Lemon's the next victim there as he got out of stasis right into the hands of Kong. That's 2 members gone. Xingdao 7, does he have enough health for this? He's still the one tanking the Elder Drake. He smites and he gets it. FPX turning it around. They finally have the lead in this game. Burst from SkyFL. All he has to do is press Q or just explode, and it's all she wrote.
Okay, this game is turning around right now in favor of FPX. 1,000 gold lead for them. Baron is about to be burned right here, but FPX just doesn't want a Baron. They also want the lives of JDG members. They gave away the Hecarim, a champion that we always see banned, but it doesn't make any difference right here so far for FPX. They are in the lead. They are looking to be able to end the game, win game 1 of this best of 3 series.
Yeah, even though the Hecarim was a hugely talked about pick, hugely contested, look at that gold difference. Yeah. It was so steady going up towards JDG's side, and then suddenly FPX just at that very last moment started really hurting. It's kind of the opposite of what we were talking about in Champ Select.
Yeah, and honestly, I think, okay, in theory, right, JDG should be the ones who are able to deal with the tank. But the thing is, Barry is not building the traditional ADC Kai'Sa. It's AP. He has Riftmaker, he has Nashor's Tooth, he has Duskblade. How can they go against this Ornn if they don't have the damage for it?
That's very true, because that Ornn is an incredibly obnoxious frontliner there. Look at the triple siege here for FPX since they got the Baron. They started going for the base. They will focus up on Dawn at the very least. Dawn, I don't think should be able to survive this unless he does. As the Oriana gets down on in the back line, no shockwave available. Once will not be able to live. FPX actually turned around the losing game and take game number 1.
What a comeback for Fun plus Phoenix. They live up to their name. They rose from the ashes of their early